Are you ready for the biggest flop of the summer? Well, get ready, because the same director that brought you Guardians of the Galaxy, along with the biggest flops in DC, we are getting from James Gunn Super Flop coming this Friday, and it will tank in theaters. What's going on, everybody? Hit that subscribe and let's get into it. So look, this is the week. This has been the week that I've been talking about for the past 2.5 years. Everything ends on Friday, like I've been telling you. Nobody's excited for this Superman movie. And at the end, it's going to tank. Why? Because they struggled to sell their pre-sale tickets. They didn't make the money that they wanted. Okay, they're at 10 million. That's it? That's it at 10 million? The merchandise, it's already on clearance. And you're seeing it because I've been posting it. And you're seeing that everyone everywhere is talking about that. That's crazy, right? And not only that, James Gunn is trying to justify an incoming flop because he's trying to say that, it's okay if it flops. Nothing is wrong that's going to come from that, right? But I'm sure that the shareholders and the investors, and especially WB, are not happy about it, because now that the embargo is lifted, people are coming out and saying exactly that this movie is a mess. And you're seeing all the shills coming out and talking, trying to praise it, because that's what these James Gunn cultists do. They're trying to make, like I've been predicting, and I told you, that they're trying to normalize a flop before it happens. Remember, I predicted and I told y'all that all this merchandise from James Gunn before it releases for Superman was going to be on clearance. And that's exactly where you're seeing it. You're seeing it at Ross and you're seeing it at Walmart already hitting up the shelves of the clearance section. So what is that telling you? That this movie is already DOA. There's no saving it. The damage is done. WB must be so furious knowing that they are not going to make the numbers at the box office. And not only that, Jurassic World Rebirth is the #1 movie in the world. What does that tell you? That people are more excited and they love dinosaurs. Yes, that's exactly what's going on. And to everybody saying that it's a flop, no, it's not. Cope. Accept the fact that Jurassic World, along with Universal, are crushing it and stomping the box office. I predicted that and I told y'all, and look at what's happening. Over $318 million at the box office. Now, where does this put WB with Superman and James Gunn? Because let's not forget, like I've been telling y'all for a while, today's stocks, all right, literally on the week of James Gunn's release of Superman, that's a few days away at the time of this recording, the stocks closed at a measly $11.02. Like I've been telling you, ever since James Gunn has been here with WB, he is not able to push this company past $15 a share. And that tells you everything. This company is crumbling. The studio knows it. The executives know it. The James Gunn shills and cultists know it. That we, the fans, customers, and consumers are united more than ever. And our wallets are locked towards James Gunn's Superman. Nobody wanted a reboot. Nobody needed this reboot. But this is what the studio wanted. The final nail in the coffin is this movie. Because DC is going to go down in history as the biggest embarrassment of this brand. Because this is where we are. This is what the studio chose to go with. And here we are. You're going to see how the end result is going to be once this movie releases. Nobody's excited. And the ones that are saying that they're excited are just shills, and they're paid, because you see all this fake media, and that's exactly what they're doing. The real customer doesn't want this. The average moviegoer doesn't care, because they struggled over a month trying to sell their pre-sale tickets. And that tells you everything. I told you and I predicted it, that they are going to try to come out with excuses. And that's exactly what James Gunn is doing now. He's trying to justify it. And sure, there's right now this little cameo that came out on Rick and Morty. And you can see that they have Zack Snyder and you have James Gunn. But you know what's crazy? it doesn't even sound like Zack Snyder. It sounds like somebody trying to imitate his voice. And I'm like, WB and DC are extremely desperate, trying again to lure in the Snyder fans, trying to get those last minute movie sale tickets. They know that it's done for them. They know that they're not going to be able to reach the level of Jurassic World Rebirth. That's the #1 movie in the world. They are so far ahead of the game when it comes to the movie industry of today, when it comes to right now movies in the theaters. That's telling you everything. And what do you think? That James Gunn's Superman is going to reach there? No, it's not going to get nowhere near it. And they know it. They know that this is done. There's no saving this company anymore. It's over. The only way you can save WB and the whole brand when it comes to the cinematic universe, you need Zack Snyder. You need the Snyderverse to get restored. And we will stop at nothing, because this is what I've been fighting and I've been defending and I've been bringing you hope. Once Superman tanks at the box office, guess what's going to happen? The return of the Snyderverse is right around the corner. These same clowns that said, oh, move on, you're never going to get the Snyder Cut. And what do we have now? The Snyder Cut on physical and digital. Those are the same clowns doing the same strategy since The Dark Knight, right? Always using the same script. And now everything ends with James Gunn's Superman. We are the majority. And James Gunn is going to feel it at the box office. The studio is going to feel it. Now, let me say this and point something out. Some people are saying out there, a minority of fans, and they're saying, well, you know, where were you when these movies came out and stuff like that? We've always been there. You think because Black Adam and The Rock last minute decide, you know, to throw in Henry Cavill for a little 3-second cameo was going to save him? No. We kept our wallets closed and we showed to the studio, hey, you're not going to milk us anymore. Everything else after Zack Snyder has been tanking. Look at the stocks. That shows you that we are the majority and we are that powerful. And the studio fears that. They don't like that. James Gunn knows it. He's aware of it. Peter Safran and David Zaslav know that when we're united, there's no stopping us. And like I said, and like Darkseid said, ready the Armada. We are ready because we will stop at nothing. This is our moment. This is our time. They told us that we would never get the Snyder Cut released, that was a unicorn, but we have it, and that's what matters. We made that possible. Don't come up with excuses. The point is that we have the Snyder Cut, and just like we have the Snyder Cut, we will soon get Man of Steel 2, because that's what the audience, the customers, the fans, and the consumers want, and we will get it in due time. And just like that, the Snyderverse is going to get restored, because WB needs to continue to make movies, live action, because that's where they make money. But with James Gunn, all he's been doing ever since he came on board, and it all started, like I told y'all over 2 years ago, this was a preview of what's to come. With the flop of The Suicide Squad, since then till now, everything has been going down. And James Gunn has been costing the studio more money than anything. He's not making money for the company. And he's not going to. It never worked, and it never will. You need to restore the Snyderverse. We're going to keep our wallets closed and locked. The studio knows it. This is why they're coming out with excuses. This week is going to be a full-on circus with WB. But we, the fans, are going to stay united more than ever, and we're going to express our voice all over the world, because we've also been trending, and it's not even Friday yet at the time of this recording. This tells you that people want the Snyderverse back. People want quality. People are tired of all the nonsense with these movies. This is why Jurassic World Rebirth is winning and crushing the box office, because they catered to the fans. And that's how you win. hit that subscribe, drop your comments, and until next time.